In today's video, I'm gonna explain my meal prep hacks that allowed me to go from looking like this to looking like this, and I made it easy. Hey guys, what's going on? This is Paul Ravella from ProPhysique.com. In today's video, surprise, surprise, I'm gonna talk to you about how you can lose body fat. And the question comes from right here. Guess what? The questions you guys are sending me. So I know a lot of you guys say that I've repeated a few of my topics, but I gotta be honest. I stick to what I know, which is fat loss. I am one of the best that you will ever see at this damn thing called getting fat off, adding muscle. 47-year-old lifetime natural bodybuilder. I've been doing this for 30 years, coaching full-time for 10, and I just want to help you guys reach your goals. And when I get a question like this, I really want to answer. So here we go. Weekend meal prep? What are some good routines for prepping meals? Do you do all 7 days and put some in the freezer? Should I prep on Sunday and then again on Thursday? Thanks. Well, you ask a great question, and I want to talk about a study that actually shows that one of the most successful things that we see for dieters that are able to lose weight and keep it off is called eating competence. What does that mean? That means that we are able to understand the food that we're taking in, putting into our bodies, and the response it's going to have. I think a lot of times we think of things as healthy and not healthy. That is not eating competence. There are no healthy and unhealthy foods. Any food can be unhealthy in a certain context, and any food can be healthy in a certain context, right? So unless you have an issue like a food intolerance or an allergy to a food, food is simply digested and used as energy. How you morally, ethically, and decide to use food does not make it good or bad. Thus, I never label goods food or bad, healthy or unhealthy. I simply say, do they fit? Do you enjoy them? And do they help us reach our goals? So when it comes to eating competence, what is the number one trait that successful dieters do? They prep. They meal prep. They plan ahead. You can talk about some of the transformations that I've seen, right? I'll show you some of the people from our transformation challenge from here and here. And when I interviewed these people, and they're on my YouTube channel, when I asked them what did they change about their daily routine, instead of waiting till they were hungry to figure out what they were gonna eat, they were using an app like Nutrition IX. I just did a video a couple days ago, guys, where I went in, plugged in some calories from my calorie calculator right here. If you don't know how much food you should be eating, this is gonna tell you. It's gonna give you how much protein, how much carbs, how much fat. You can even figure out how many meals per day that you wanna eat based on your goals. Maintaining, muscle building, losing fat rapidly, right? These are all goals that we have. However, we don't really know how to reach them. So if you can combine that with an app, and then what do? You plan ahead. I know what I'm eating tomorrow already, guys. It's already in my head. I'm not gonna wait until lunch and think, I'm hungry, what sounds good? Too late, you've already made a mistake. If you are waiting until you're hungry to eat, the likelihood of you eating something that is not gonna fit your daily goals, well, it goes way up. Late in the day, what happens? Well, we have good intentions. I really wanna go cook some chicken, but stress was high, the kids were loud, work went long, I just wanna go sit on the couch and eat something, drive through, Uber Eats, and it's not gonna be something that is going to be macro friendly or calorie friendly. When we're gonna pay an exorbitant amount of fee for an Uber Eats or a drive through, we're gonna get something we love and enjoy. Diet starts tomorrow. You see how this cycle goes. However, the number one trait is meal prep. And you asked a great question here because I want to talk to you about my approach. Yes, on Sundays, I like to run up to my local grocery store, either Target or Publix or one of those, grab some steaks, grab some chicken. I just did this video a couple days ago. I'll cook 2, 3, maybe 4 days worth of protein. I'll also purchase large amounts of things like rice, banana, apples, potatoes that I can put in the air fryer. I make sure that I have a lot of things handy for me. Now, if I'm gonna be extra busy, I'll go ahead and meal prep, pack the meals, put them in the fridge. However, for everyday life, when I'm not getting ready for a bodybuilding show, I just prep foods in bulk, and then when I go to eat, I can grab a protein, grab a carb, and move on with my day. The real value for me is my time, okay? And if you are short on time, what's gonna happen is you're gonna need to plan ahead. My favorite approach is to cook in bulk on Sunday for a couple days. I don't like putting foods in the freezer. I just don't think they taste as good. If that works better for you, great. But what I typically like to do are put things in the fridge like lean ground beef, some chicken, some steaks. The protein typically is the most difficult part for me. I can easily grab some low calorie carbs. Things like potatoes, rice, and some fruits and veggies are pretty simple. I also like the steam fresh veggies that you get in the grocery store. They come in a bag, you simply put them in the microwave for a few minutes, and then they come out and they're steam fresh. You can break that up into a couple meals. Listen, you can be better at meal prep, but for me, it's very utilitarian. I just want to get it done and I want to have it ready to go. If I really want to enjoy a meal, I'll go out to dinner from time to time, but for me, food is something that helps me either get to my goals or gets in the way of my goals. So that's gonna depend on where you're at with this journey. But I'll tell you this, deciding to meal prep changed my life because what it allowed me to do is get that time back. I didn't have to stress to leave the house, leave the office. I was just ready to go whenever I needed a meal and I could get right back to work. If your work is demanding, if your schedule is demanding, I think we can all attest to the fact that we get very busy at times, and food is a necessary part of our day, right? Multiple times per day, you're gonna have to eat to kind of recharge. If you don't know where that energy is gonna come from, the likelihood goes up. So when it comes to eating, make sure you have a plan. Make sure you're meal prepping 1 to 2 days a week, or you're buying food from a meal prep service. If I'm going to be too busy or traveling, sometimes I'll go ahead and go on iconmeals.com and I will purchase food, have it delivered to the house, and stick it in the fridge. Then I have things to cook. Also, if you have a partner, my wife, I'll say, hey babe, I need you to cook a couple chicken breasts for me. Sometimes if I'm too busy, and likewise, I'll do the same for her. So you can load balance, you can help that out, but I promise you, by prepping ahead of time, looking at some of the meal prep videos I've done, if you just type in full day of eating, you'll see how I handle it. It allows me to think less and succeed more. Hope you guys are having a great day. I'll talk to you tomorrow.